प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत राधे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे। कृष्ण वर्णम कृष्णम सांगोपांग सुपांसम यज्ञ संकीर्तने प्रयजन्ति तुलसी तुलसी। ओ ब्राह्मण्य देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय जगदिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमः। लीं कृष्णाय गोविंदाय गोपीजन वल्लभाय स्वाहा। लीं कामदेवाय विद्महे पुष्पबाणाय धीमहि तन्नो नन्दः प्रचोदयात्। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं यस्य प्रसादात् भवत्प्रसादः सत्सारं व्यतिकरोति। ध्यान सुवंशं तस्य यस्य सुसंध्यान्। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम राम। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम शरणं कृष्ण कृष्ण यज्ञ ही संकीर्तन प्रयजन्ति तुलसी तुलसी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम राम। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण।
सॉरी मारो ऑडियो करतो तो ध्रुव फिक्स नહોતું થતું.
अच्छा હવે ચાલે
એવરી ટાઈમ એ પ્રોબ્લેમ થાય છે. હમણાં નવું જોઈન કર્યું ને પછી.
હરે કૃષ્ણ હરિ બોલ હરિ બોલ વેરી ગુડ. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधा गोविंद दास स्वामिने नमस्ते द्रौपदी देवं गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी ग्राम्य गण्यस्थानिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण स्वामिने प्रभुपादस्य साहित्य यः प्रकाश्य विपर्यच प्रचार कृत्वान् साधु भगवत्पादस्य नमः। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम
ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतां पदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्णपदां सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासवी गौर भक्तवृंद। भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासवी गौर भक्तवृंद। भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासवी गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज के चार्य आष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गौ गोपीनाथ श्याम कुन राधा कुन गिरि गोवर्धन की जाय, श्री वृंदावन धाम की जाय, श्री नवदीप धाम की जाय, गंगा माई की जाय, जमुना माई की जाय, तुलसी देवी की जाय, भक्ति देवी की जाय, समवेता भक्त वृंद की जाय. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Welcome all to our summer camp on Bhagavad-Gita for 18 days. Okay, so we had completed first 10 chapters of Bhagavad-Gita. First 6 chapters is about Karma Yoga. The last 6 chapters about Jnana Yoga. And the middle 6, yes, and the middle 6 chapters is the whole gist of Bhagavad-Gita. And that is Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga, if you want to say, the quintessential thing about Bhakti Yoga, everything we are doing, what is the quint? If we will learn only one thing out of whole these Bhagavad-Gita 18 chapters, only one thing, what is that?
Love of Krishna.
That bhakti of the 3 paths, Bhakti Yoga is the way to reach Lord Krishna.
Right. And how can you do that in this Kali Yuga when we have left very little time in this body?
Chanting Krishna.
What else? Chanting,
And
what else?
distribute his books.
Yes.
And
Dovetailing all your karmas in his name.
Right.
Yeah, keep Krishna in everything.
Very good. These are all the essence of Bhagavad-Gita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, in this Kali Yuga, there is only one thing. What is that? What is that?
yeah,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama.
Ram, Hare Nam.
Ram, Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam.
Kalau.
Kalo nasti, kalo nasti.
Nastiva.
Nasti.
Nastiva. Gatiranya. 3 times he says, not this, not this, not this. What are those 3 things? This, not this, not this. 3 things he says. This thing will not work as much as Hare Nam will work.
Not Karma Yoga, not Jnana Yoga, and not
Yes, he says Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Gnana Yoga, all this will be not very effective. Why? Because they require long time. And we don't have long time. That's why he says Hare Nam, Hare Nam. And Hare Nam means Sankirtan. Chanting is japa, is for your own good. Right? When you say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare, is for your good. Now, if you 2 people, husband, wife, and children, and other family members, and friends, and a larger circle, and they together, just like we did it right now. How many? 5 people. We sang that Hare Krishna Dhoon, and then also we raised our hand and spoke 3 times. This is known as what? This is known as Sankirtan.
Sankirtan.
All right. So out of 8 stanzas which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught, he did not teach anything else. He just taught 8 things. He himself taught only 8 stanzas. He wrote only 8 ones. All right. Now the first one is, who knows the first one? First stanza of it, Astakam. Asta, teaching. He gave you only 8 slokas. He composed himself.
Cheto Darpan Marjanam.
Bolo.
Cheto Darpan Marjanam Bhava Davagni Jale.
Cheto Darpan Marjanam Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Sreya Kairav Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Anandambudivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamruta Swadanam Sarvatmana Swapanam Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So he says that Chetodarpana Marjanam, your heart is like a mirror. There is a lot of dust on it. What is that dust? All material desires. Your spirit soul, why you have material desires? But we have, right? So Chetodarpana Marjanam. So when your mirror is dusted, you don't see your face properly. In fact, you see your face is very ugly because of those dust. But when you clean it, right, then you see your face properly, clearly, right? Similarly, there is a dust on our heart. What is that dust? What is that dust?
Anger, lust,
Anger.
greed.
Rajas, tamas. These two are great dust. Rajas includes all these sadripus, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Matsar. And tamas is all these other abominable things like eating meat, drinking alcohol, all these things, illicit sex, all this is tamas. So all this dust can be removed by just chanting together. All right. There is no higher Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. He says there is no other higher method than that in this Kali Yuga. So out of learning whole Bhagavad-Gita, if you and me come to conclusion that at least 2 times in a day with my family, we'll all gather together and we'll chant Hare Krishna. Doesn't matter you stand, sit or whatever. But before eating food, you can chant. How many times? At least 3 times. If you chant more, very good. All right. So this is the gist of understanding Bhagavad-Gita. For this Kali Yuga. Okay, if you and me were in Satya Yuga, the method was different. But still, Hare Nam was effective. It's effective throughout, like that. So Bhagavan Krishna's name is Bhagavan Krishna himself. Right? That is what we must know. As soon as you speak his name, Hare Krishna, he is with you. Only thing is, because we are body and we have got blunt senses, you cannot see him. But he is with you. Right? That's why we should practice chanting and remembering him, Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, like that. So that at the end, he will be with us and he will take us, like that. So this is the gist of Bhagavad-Gita according to all great acharyas. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, he came back. After speaking this Bhagavad-Gita 5,000 years back, he came back 500 years before again in West Bengal. Just to teach us that, do this, all right? You are reading Bhagavad-Gita, but you're not coming to this conclusion. So that's why he's coming. Okay, so now we'll go to the 11th chapter.
પંકજભાઈ, sorry to disturb you. આપણે તમે હમણાં શ્લોક બોલ્યા ને, ચેતો ધર્મ માર્જનમ, એ ક્યાં છે એ શ્લોક?
એ શ્લોક આપણે ચૈતન્ય ચરિતામૃતની અંદર છે.
ઓકે ઓકે.
એટલે હું આમ પોસ્ટ કરીશ, કાલે મેં પોસ્ટ કર્યો મોકલી. Actually 8 છે આખા. There are 8 like that. But this is the first one, which is the gist of it. But I'll post it. So that you can.
Thank you.
It's good to remember this sloka and sing it. It's sung so nicely. Actually, I have all 8 sung by a professional singer who's also a devotee. So I'll post it in our group. It's so nice. Let me see. Just take 1 minute here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Now it is in your cell phone. Just for this thing, I'll just put the first one, the one which I sang. So you can hear, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that. So nice. Haribol, Haribol, Haribol.
Cheto darpana marjanam bhav mahadavani nirvapanam shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadhu jeevanam anandam बुद्धिवर्धनम् प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनम् सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनम्.
So you hear it so nicely sung. There are other 7 also. I always play this when I take dinner at night. All right.
That's
when
beautiful.
I sit down to eat, I put this one. I plays like that, and then I put Prabhupada Maharaj chanting like that. That's how your mind become filled with spiritual vibrations like this. So that's how the food also becomes spiritual and all that. So these are some of the spiritual techniques which you apply in our life like that. Very good. So now we will go to the 11th chapter, which is titled as what?
Universal form.
Universal form.
Virat Roop. Virat Roop.
Virat Roop. Vishwaroop Darshan.
Right, Vishwaroop Darshan. So what was the last sloka of previous chapter? 1042. Okay. Everybody has a book?
Yeah.
अथवा बहुनेतेन ज्ञातेन च अर्जुन इष्टाभ्यहम् इदं कृष्णम् एकांक्षिणो स्थितो जगत्.
Okay, read the translation there.
But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe.
Right. This is what Bhagavan Krishna finally in conclusion told about his vibhuti, his opulence. That, I told you so many about 87 things he told. That I am, in animals, I am the lion, and in the Adityas, I am the sun, or so many things he said. Right? But he said, there is no need of remembering all these things. Just remember one thing. What is that? This whole universe, right? 14 planetary system, from Brahma up to everything in this material world is just a small fragment of myself. How much, what proportion? You are 75 kilo percent, right? But what is you real inside? How much kilos you are inside?
1/10, 1,000.
Yeah. You are very minute. If you pluck one hair of your sky, and 1/10,000 tip of that hair, you are this, and this body is so big. Similarly, this whole Brahmand, right? This whole Brahmand is such a vast thing, although it is the smallest. And Bhagavan Krishna is just one fragment, is sustained. And what is that one fragment which sustains this material world? What is he? Who is he known as?
Mahavishnu.
What is his name? Don't know the name of person who inhabits this material world of ours?
Paramatma?
Which Paramatma?
Garbhodakshay
Vishnu. All right. He sustains this all universes. In each universe, there is one Garbhodakshay. And these universes are of bigger size like that. Inconceivably bigger. And all of them together forms 1/4 of the creation. 3/4 creation is a spiritual world. And this 1/4, there is another Paramatma who is containing not only one universe, but all universes. And who is that?
Kshirodakshay?
No.
All the universes would be
All the universe is coming from his pores.
Yes, so who is that?
Mahavishnu.
His name is Karanodakshai Mahavishnu. All right. So there are three Paramatmas, I have told you before. All right. First is the
Karana.
Karanodakshai. From there, the material world starts. Above him is all the spiritual world. How much? 75%. And this one fourth, 25% is material world. From his, all the material world starts. All right. And then in each small universes, he enters as Garbhodakshai. And in each body like ours, anything which is alive, he comes again as a Shirodakshai.
Shiro.
So you can see three Paramatmas like that. So here he is talking about Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Athva bhaunetena kim gnatena tavarjuna. Vistabhyaham. Vistabhyaham means I am pervading everything. Ekam sena sthito jara. Just my one fragment. So Arjuna, when he heard this, he said, oh, what is that one fragment? I want to see like that. So here it says, Lord Krishna ended the previous chapter by describing how, as the super soul, Paramatma, he creates, maintains, and destroys this cosmic manifestation. He concluded by saying, what need is there for all this detailed knowledge, Arjuna? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. So in this 11th chapter, Arjuna is asking to see how that fragmental portion is pervading whole universe. That's what he wants to know. Now, Arjuna is a great devotee of Lord Krishna, right? We are not very great devotees. We are just very insignificant devotees of Lord Krishna. Not devotee, even servants, we are doing some service. So he cannot doubt that this, what Krishna says or whatever he described is fake. He doesn't, but then why he's asking that I want to see what you have said? Is he trying to verify that Lord Krishna is speaking lies or truth?
He does for us.
Yeah. No, other Buddha people that, not Buddha people, but they're pseudo gurus.
All others.
Future.
For all others, he wants to convince them that I am convinced. All right. But I want others to know.
To convince.
Again in Kali Yuga, there will be many pseudo gods will come. Pseudo gods means what? Pseudo gods means I am God, I am God, I am God. But his tooth is paining, he will run to the dentist. That kind of gods are there. So if somebody says, I'm God, okay, sir, can you show some of your opulence? Now, what kind of opulence is? Radha Govind Swami says, give him 100 quintal stone and tell him to lift it on finger. Or tell him, lie down on this bench and I'll put some big stone on your back and I'll grind on your back like that. Like who? Like who?
Kurma.
Kurma avatar. Then you see whether he is real God. So fools, this world is made up of fools and rascals. All conditioned souls are fools and rascals. All right? Because we should not have taken this body and we have taken this body. That's why we have come here. But just like there are sattva, rajas, tamas, right, and combination of these gunas, those who are intelligent, right, those who have some more sattva gun, they start wondering that what is all this which I see around? I very distinctly remember when I was in standard 7, around 13, 14 years, I was lying in a terrace, right, and then I was looking at those stars and everything. At the 13 years, you don't have much intelligence. But I was wondering what all this is, whether there are people there or not. All these things I used to wonder. Right? So what does that mean? That you have jignasa. So 4 types of people. There is one is jignasu. Right? He will start having some curiosity. And because Lord Krishna is inside in your heart, he says, this one wants to know about me, about my nature, my prakriti. So he will guide you. This is a verifiable fact with a lot of devotees of Lord Krishna. They start with sincere inquiry, bona fide inquiry. All right, not that I drink alcohol and then I think that what is what is not. No. So these 2 gunas, if you rise above them, with satsang and all that, then Lord Krishna will take charge and give you further knowledge like that. All right. So in this section, Arjun himself wants to verify this for the benefit of a common people like you and me, and to save them from being exploited by pseudo gurus. One who goes to pseudo guru is damned. He's going to go wrong way. All right, and he will end up in wrong way. In your car, there is sometimes this called GPS, right? If that becomes faulty, it will take you from one place to the other place like that.
It does happen sometimes.
Yeah, it did. It was in the newspaper. There were some old guys, a couple, they got lost in Denver mountains,
Yeah.
So that can happen. So that's why you must get a bona fide guide, a bona fide guru. And how can you get it? By being bona fide yourself in your inquiry. All right. You don't want cheating guru that the guru says, it's okay to drink alcohol. There's no problem. You can still get God. Or I give you $35 and I'll give you this mantra and you'll become this. Do you know that $35 thing? There's one thing known as transcendental meditation, TM. TM people used to do that long back before Prabhupada came.
Pankaj Bhai, I met somebody recently, and that's what he does. He teaches transcendental medicine, meditation, and he's got a lot of clients. That's all he does. That's his full-time job.
That's what it is,
Yeah.
So real meditation should be on Paramatma. Dhyana avasthit tadgatena mansa pasyantyam yogina. So all these things are given. But we have no business. We have business with only those who are innocent. All right. Those who are dvesi, dvisatsu, we just ignore them, bypass. All right.
Pankaj Bhai, I have a question about this transcendental medicine. This guy Michael, who does that, he doesn't propose to be to following any religion. He's doing it for health benefit. He's saying if it reduces your blood pressure, if you regularly do that, it'll get you off of your medications and all that. So he has never talked to me about religion or God, just the health benefits.
Health benefits, okay.
Just the health benefits.
That's right. So you and me need to find out whether you need to get these health benefits or you need to get the real spirit soul completely out of body. Right. If you get health benefits, can you prevent old age?
No.
No. Can you prevent death? No. Can you prevent disease? Yes, to some extent. All right. To some extent, you can prevent it, but the other two you cannot prevent.
Right.
So it has some benefits. I'm not denying that. All right. And if it gives you mental peace and other things, go for it. There's no problem. Right. But the intelligent person knows that if I get mental peace, that, how long? If my knee starts paining, will I be able to maintain my peace? Or somebody tells me bad words, will I be able to maintain my peace? So all this is required. All these things are at bodily platform. The real platform, you and me, we are not this body. Does it require verification that I am not this body? No, everyone knows. Everyone actually knows that he is separate from the body. Why? Because he has seen his father lying in front of him and not talking anything, is gone. Right? So all these things we have to understand. Very good. All right.
So I just want to say one thing.
I'm sorry?
I just want to say one thing. I have to take off at 6:45. I have to go see my sister-in-law in the hospital.
Okay. So
when I come back, I'll read the translations of the rest of the chapter.
That will be.
Okay. So intelligent person, he's not worrying about his health benefit. He's trying that he never have to worry about the health benefit. So
Prabhupada Maharaj says that you should take care of your body and reasonably spend time for it. Reasonable time. Not that, I'm mad after why my is showing this, all this. No. You should be taking care of your body. Why? Because without body, can you do bhakti?
Service, yeah.
So take care of your body. Reasonable time and reasonable. If you have disease, go to a professional doctor and get treated. like that. So all these things are to be taken in correct perspective. We are not saying that, I'm now doing bhakti yoga, so I don't care for body. I don't take bath. In fact, you should take bath 3 times a day. I at least take 2 times a day. But Shastra says you should take even 3 times a day. So whichever is convenient, if 2 times is not possible, at least 1 time everybody should take bath. Like that. So cleanliness is one of the 4 pillars of dharma. You will become very clean. Cleanliness, external and internal. External, you can keep yourself clean with all facilities you have, amenities. And internal by chanting. So all this is very much required. Okay, so the first section of this chapter is from sloka number 1 to 9. All right, and the main theme of these 9 slokas is that one can understand the nature of Lord's form through one thing. All right, what is that one thing that you can understand Lord's form? You can understand Lord's forms only by one thing, and that is His mercy. All right. So your goal is to obtain His mercy. How can I obtain someone's mercy? By pleasing Him. All right. By rendering service. So this is the gist of this first. So what we will do, because this chapter is long, we'll just go through the translations. All right. So Harsaben can start with number 1.
Arjuna said, by my hearing these instructions you have kindly given me about this most confidential spiritual subject, my illusion has now been dispelled.
Right. So that is the first sloka in which Arjuna is telling Lord Krishna. Arjuna is accepting Krishna as the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, but since others may not, he asks Krishna to reveal his universal form. All right. Kumudben, you have the book?
I have it.
Read
Oh,
the second.
Lotus I1. Second one, yes. Oh, Lotus I1, I have heard from you in details about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your exhibition glories. In existence with glory.
Right. So, in this second sloka, Prabhupada Maharaj highlights one thing. He says, Arjuna further knows that in spite of his being the source of all appearances and disappearance, he is aloof from this. So this we must understand. Lord Krishna, he is a person and he is in Golok Vrindavan and he is enjoying his lila, which is known as Nitya Lila. Right? Still, everything is under his control. All other material things, everything is in control, and everything is disappearing, coming in appearance. All this is, but he is aloof. Right? So all this is little difficult to understand. How he is controlling? By his energies, by his expansion, like Paramatma expansion and all that. So that's a number 2. Number 3, Padma Ben can read.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours.
Yes, this is where now Arjuna is telling Bhagavan Krishna to show him how he is pervading the whole entire universe like that. So in this purport it is said, Arjuna wants to see how Krishna controls this universe, and by showing his universal form, Krishna sets the standard for judging the authenticity of claims that someone is incarnation of God. So that we already told you that, if somebody claims that he's incarnation, show him, tell him to show you some of these vibhutis. All right, Ajit Bhai, can you read the 4th?
Sure. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal form.
Right. So in this sloka, we must understand one thing. What is that? That for spiritual guidance, you cannot go to your guru and put your hands in pocket and say, show me this. Can you do that?
No.
You have to be very humble, submissive, and request that if in your judgment, if I am eligible, then please do this, like that. You cannot. So this is already said in 4th chapter, that if you want to get spiritual knowledge, what is the process? What slok is that?
Oh, with humility.
What is that?
Approach the teacher.
Right.
Serve him.
Hmm.
Serve him, and he will have mercy on you then.
And then ask question. All right. First, be submissive, render service, and then ask question. Whatever jignasa you have. Yeah. And then also when you are asking, tell him that if in your opinion I am able to understand, then please tell me, like that. This is the procedure. Which slok is that? Who knows?
Tadviti pranipaten pariprashnena sevaya.
Is it?
Updeshyanti te gnanam gnanina tattvadarshi.
4.34. That is a very important slok of how to approach Guru. Very good. All right. Sangeeta Ben can read the 5th slok.
Yes. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjun, O son of Prutha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied, divine, and multicolored form."
Right. So now Lord Krishna is replying Arjun's request. He thinks that Arjun is eligible to understand this. So in this 5th slok, he says, this universal form is temporary, and Krishna's devotees generally do not care to see his universal form. They are interested in what form?
Two-handed.
The two-handed.
Two-handed, Syam Sundaram, Dvibhuj Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Vrindavan. Right? Yashoda Mai's son, Nanda Maharaj's son. That's where they are interested, not in this big Anek Bahu Darvakta Netram, not like that. Okay. All right. So let's read the 6th slok.
Yeah.
Harsaben. Yeah.
O best of Bharatans, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumars, and all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard of before.
Right. So he's now going to reveal, but he's giving some introduction. All right. So 7th slok, Kumudben.
O Arjun, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in the body of mind. The universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see, and wherever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place.
Okay, so up to now they are talking. All right. Now Lord Krishna will say that, although I'm going to show you, you cannot see this form with these two eyes which you have. All right. So this is a good slok we will sing. Natumam sakyase.
Natumam
Natumam sakyase drastum.
Natumam shakyase drashtum.
Eneneva svachaksusa.
Eneneva svachaksusa.
Divyam dadami te chakshuhu.
Divyam dadami te chakshuhu.
Pasyame yogam aiswaram.
Pashyame yogam.
Okay, so Padma Ben can read.
But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence.
Right. So Bhagavan Krishna gave Arjun divine eyes. Divine eyes means what? The eyes of demigods. Right? The demigods also saw what Lord Krishna showed to Arjun. That will come. So that Divya Chaksu, Divi means the demigods. Right? Divi. And that Divya comes from Divi. So that Divya Chaksu is the Chaksus of demigods. So when Lord Krishna showed the Virat Rup, all those also show it. Right? That will come little later. So Krishna empowers Arjun to see this, right? Okay. So Pasyame Yogam Aiswaram. Yesterday, day before yesterday, we saw this one in the 9th chapter. Where does it say Yogam Aiswaram? 9th chapter.
Yeah. 9.3 and 4.
9.5.
Fine.
Na chamatstani bhutani pasyame yogam aiswaram. Lord Krishna says, everything comes out of me, everything is in me, but still I am not in there. That's called yoga aiswaram. Yoga aiswaram means something impossible is possible through yoga, like that. So that's what the same word is used, pasyame yogam aiswaram, and there also he says pasyame yogam aiswaram. So that's how one should correlate and learn Bhagavad-Gita by cross-reference. So Krishna's intimate devotees have no attraction for the opulence of his universal form. Again, we are devotees, all right? We have this charma chakshu, this is called charma chakshu, made up of skin, these eyes. Can we see Lord Krishna with these eyes?
Oh, no.
You can go to Samarlin temple, bow down and see Lord Krishna, Archa Vigraha, that we can see. But Bhagavan's spiritual form, can you see with these eyes? No. So how can
No.
you see that spiritual form?
The spiritual eyes.
Meditating?
There is a slok which says this is how you can see him.
Oh.
Premanjana churita bhakti vilochana.
Atta Sri Krishna namadina
Namadina
bhavet
bhavet grayam.
indrehi. Swayavan mukhe hi jihovadav swayam spurati. Then you will be able to capture him. This Archa Murti is Bhuvan Krishna himself. All right. He's not different. But why he's an Archa Vigraha? So that with this Charma Chakshu, at least you can see his form. That's why that. So he's Krishna himself, but you need to rise in order to talk to him. All right. How? By Sevan Mukheji, by chanting and doing his seva, slowly he will talk to you. Like that. All right. So that's and then the 9th slok. Whose turn is it? Ajit Bhai.
Didn't we just do the 9th?
9th, just read the translation.
Okay. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence.
And the next one.
Okay. Arjuna saw in that divine Arjuna saw in that universal form.
Sanjay said. Huh?
Isn't that
number 9? Yeah.
Number 9.
11?
Number 9.
9 we read. Oh, 8.
11, 9.
Okay. Here it is. Sorry. Okay. Sanjaya said, O king, having spoken thus, the supreme lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna.
Right. So these were the first 9 slokas. Up to now, Lord Krishna has not displayed his form. Right? From 10th onward, now Arjun can see it, the whole swing. Who else is seeing at the same time Arjun is seeing?
Sanjay.
Sanjay is also seeing.
Sanjay is telling.
Yeah, like that. All right. Let me summarize some other points in these first 9 slokas. Number 1 is Arjun does not ask to see the universal form for himself, but for others, to establish unequivocally the reality of Krishna's divinity. So this is one point in that first 9 sloka. Number 2, although Arjun has a strong desire to see the Lord, he cannot do so without Lord's enabling him. The Lord therefore bestows divine eyes, Divya Chakshu, upon Arjun to see the universal form. Okay, the third point is Krishna sets a criterion for being God. Those who claim that they are God must substantiate the claim by showing the universal form. And the fourth point is a pure devotee situated in transcendental loving service relationship with Krishna is not attracted by this universal form. Rather, he is attracted to the Lord's loving features. So these are some of the summarization of this first.
Okay, I have to leave.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so you can see that later.
Yeah.
Right.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So in that war, there's a Barbaric was there. He was watching everything.
I have not studied all those Mahabharat kind of things, but I understand he was watching the whole war.
So he
Sanjay.
on his
like that. Yeah.
So Pankaj Bhai, you said you can say Krishna by his loving features. So what are the loving features?
Loving features you can realize only by studying his Leela in 10th canto. How he is loving Mother Yasoda, how he is loving gopis, how, all this, his loving features are these. How he deals with gop balas and all that. So that's how you can realize all Leelas, they will attract you towards Lord Krishna. And that is a loving feature. Right? That's why his name is what? What is Lord Krishna's name?
Leeladhar.
Krishna. His name is Krishna. What is the meaning?
Yeah.
What is the meaning of Krishna?
It's attractive.
All attractive.
All attractive.
He will attract. Akrushta. The word is akrushta. The krushta is Krishna, like that. So he's pulling you. He's pulling everyone towards him. Right? But there are 4 ways in which that's living souls like us. In 4 ways they're favorable. 1 is neutral, right? And 7 are antagonistic. These are the 12 ways he's pulling all of us, just like he was pulling Kamsa towards him. By what method?
Just Kamsa used to hate him, but he kept saying Krishna, Krishna.
Kamsa was afraid all the time in the fear. Fear of
scared,
Lord Krishna.
Yeah. Afraid.
And how about Sisupal? Sisupal was also attracted Lord Krishna. By dvesh, irsya.
Jealous, yeah.
How about gopis? By love.
By love.
How about Mother Yasoda? By vatsalya.
Vatsalya bhav, right.
Like that. So he is all attractive. And anyone who is attracted, even as Sisupal, they got spiritual sky.
Liberation.
They get liberation. So that's the beauty of Lord Krishna. All right. So we'll go from 10th slope onwards. 10 and 11, Sangeeta Ben can read.
Yes. Arjun saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine appraised weapons. He wore celestial garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding.
Right. So this is how the uniform form Arjun was looking at. As soon as he displayed that, he was looking at like that. All right. Let's read the 12th sloka, Mudban.
In hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky. Their radiance might scramble the influence of the supreme person in the universal form.
How many suns rise at one time?
Thousands, hundreds of thousands.
What is the temperature outside right now?
103.
And if you multiply by 1,000,
hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands. So this is what it is. But Lord Krishna, all this limited to Arjun and demigods and all those whom he gave a divine eyes. Okay, let's read. Benton.
At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands.
Right. So start imagining what there is a picture also in the color plates. Right? Okay. Padmaben can read the 14th.
14th is, then bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord.
All right. So 2 reactions. When he saw this, he was bewildered. All right. And also he was astonished. Astonished means vismay. Right? He was vismay avisto. So these are some of the reactions he is getting like that. And this
Like the
Visma is
star.
also one of those 12 rasas, Visma also. What are the other 7? Who knows? One is humor. Out of those 5 are primary, and the 7 are indirect. One is humor. Humor means hasya ras. Right? The other one is astonishment, means vismaya. Third one is called chivalry, viraras. Then compassion, anger, dread, and ghastliness. These are the 7 indirect rasas with which you agree. Okay, let's go to 15th. Whose turn is?
My turn.
My
Geeta.
Who did last?
Arjun said, "My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and divine serpents."
So from Brahma up to the Patal Lok, the serpents live in the Patal Lok. Right? So all from top to bottom, he is seeing at one place. All right. All right. Then 16th slok. Harsaben can read.
O Lord of universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes expanded everywhere with our limit. I see
Without
in you no
limit.
end, no middle, and no beginning.
Right. So this slok is an important slok for me, because when I was in standard 7 in India, I was staying in. My father had a picture of Lord Krishna in our room, and then he had put this slok below there in his own handwriting. So since then I know this slok. Anek bahudar vaktanetram pasyamitam sarvananta rupam nantam na madhyam na punastavadim pasyami viswarupam, like that. So some of these impressions remain in your head, if we, from childhood, like that. Then 18th slok, 17th slok.
Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence spreading on all sides, like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs.
Right. So having seen all these things, Arjun is now giving his opinion, right, in that sloka, which is also very important. Tvam aksaram parmam veditavyam.
Tvam aksharam paramam veditavyam.
Tvamasya visvasya param nidhanam.
Tvamasya vishwasya param nidhanam.
Tvam avyayah sasvat dharma gopta.
Tvam avyayah shashvata dharma gupta.
Sanatanastvam purusho mato me.
Sanatanastvam purusho mato me.
All right, whose turn? Read the translation.
Mine, okay, 19.
18.
18. Sorry, yeah, it is. You are the supreme prime objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible. You are the older, and you are the maintainers of the eternal religion and the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion.
Yes, so Lord, Arjun is giving his opinion after seeing the Virat form like that. Then again he's saying further. Sir Saben can read.
You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and the moons are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance.
Right. So in this slok, important thing is the sun is the eye of Lord Krishna. The moon is also the eye of Lord Krishna. That means what? He's watching during the day, also he's watching you during the night.
Right.
So this is how he is also one of the witnesses, Paramatma. Okay, so let's read the next one. Who's star?
Sangeeta, I think. Sangeeta, right?
Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are
Perturbed.
perturbed.
They are all afraid. They are disturbed seeing this great form like that. All right, next one.
All the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings crying, all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns.
Right. So this cloak shows that those ones are also seeing. Right? Okay. Read the next one.
All the
All the-
various, oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, it's your turn. I'm sorry.
Oh, all the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Vishwadevas, the two Ashvis, Maruts, the four fathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshasas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder.
Okay, next one.
O mighty arm one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form, with its many faces, eyes, arms, things, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I.
Yeah, so now Arjun is also very much disturbed. Okay, next one.
Sangeetan.
As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouths.
Which slok is that?
No, Sangeeta Ben, Sangeeta 24mo. 24th.
Double pano farigi. O all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouths, and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. Perturbed
by fear.
I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind.
Very good. Okay, next 25th slope.
O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing. Thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions I am bewildered.
Next one.
All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also are rushing into your fearful mouths. And some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth.
So that universal form is not vegetarian. All right. All right. Next.
As the many waves of rivers, wave of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors in turn into your blazing mouth.
All right. Next one.
I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths as
moths
dash to destruction in blazing fire.
Right. Okay, next one.
Oh Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths, covering all the universe with your effulgence. You are manifest with the terrible scorching rays.
Right. Next one.
O Lord of Lords, O fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is.
All right. So now Lord Krishna is answering his question that what is your mission in big like that. So Bhagavan Krishna answered this question. It's very important slope. Sri Bhagwan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Uvacha
Kalo Asmi Lokakshaya Krut Pravruddho
Kalo asmi lokashaya krut pravruddho
Lokan Samahartum Iha Pravrutah
Lokan
samahartum
Samahartumiha
iha pravruddha
Rute api tvam na bhavisyanti sarve
Rute api tvam
na
bhavanti
bhavishyanti
sarve
ye avasthitaha pratyanikeshu yodhaha.
Ye avastita pratyanikeshu yoda.
Okay, whose turn now?
My turn.
All
The
right.
Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time, I am the great destroyer of the world, and I have come here to destroy all the people, with the exception of you, Pandavas. All the soldiers here are both sides will be slain.
So what are the 5 subject matters of whole Bhagavad-Gita? 5 topics. Padmaven?
Bhagwan, the soul, Prakriti, time, Kal, and karma.
Right. So
Karma
now
and then Kal.
this is where it is telling you about Kal, time. What is time? So what is time? Time is, Bhagavan Krishna himself is a Kalo Asmi.
Samaya.
Kalo Asmi.
He is a cow.
He is a destructive force. What is that Kal? Everything with Kal will be destroyed. Except
yeah.
what? The
Except
Kal
Pandavas. Except Pandavas.
No, Bhagwan.
What will not be destroyed by time?
Oh, karma.
Karma will also be destroyed, but the spirit soul, the spirit soul is beyond birth and death. It cannot be destroyed. So what is destroyed is the body. All right. And here in this context, Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna that you saw all those guys going in my mouth, Virat Rup. Right. So who will be saved? You only, you 5 Pandavas, and some others will be saved. Otherwise, all will be killed. Then the next sloka is also very important. He says, Tasmat tvam uttistha yaso labhasva.
Tasmat tvam uttishta yaso labhasva.
Jitva satrun bhungshva rajyam samruddham.
Jitva shatrun bhunksva rajyam samruddham.
Mayye vete nihataha purvameva.
Mayye vete nihataha
purvameva.
Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin.
Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin.
All right. So who's turn? Retranslation.
I will read. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O
Savyasachi,
Sabyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight.
Right. This is very important slow because it applies to us. All right. You and me have enemy in this world. Who is that enemy?
We are our own enemy.
Who? We means who?
Material life, Maya.
Maya. All right. And your own mind.
Yes.
All right. Lord Krishna already said that your mind, when it's not controlled, is your great enemy. All right. Who is the other great enemy? The lust. All right. So all this is in Bhagavad-Gita. So we are fighting. We are fighting with Maya. We are fighting with lust, and we are fighting with so many other enemies who are those threefold miseries. All these are we are fighting. That's why Bhagavan Krishna everywhere is telling Tasmat Yuddhasva Bharata. You fight. But how do you fight? How do you fight? He said that before. Tasmat Sarvesu Kalesu
Mam Anuswara Yudhyacha.
Yudhyacha. So we are all doing Yuddha. All right. But if you and me have taken shelter of Lord Krishna and we are fighting, what is the result? What will be the result?
Victory.
Hmm?
Victory, because we
we
are
will win.
Yeah.
Already Arjun has not started fighting yet, right? Arjun has not started fighting. Lord Krishna is telling him to fight. He is hesitating. But here Lord Krishna says, I already killed all those guys. So you kill them and get the credit for it.
I gave you credit for it.
Yeah. So in you and my case, we are fighting against all these elements, but our victory is already assured by Lord Krishna. Does that mean that we should sit down now and forget about Lord Krishna? No, fight. Everywhere Lord Krishna is giving all these messages, and at the end he will say fight. That's why you and me should continue fighting against all these odds in our life, which come as obstacle in doing service to Lord Krishna. Right? So our real goal is to follow Lord Krishna's instruction. Lord Krishna's instructions are what? What Prabhupada has said. Don't do those 4 things. And do these 4 things which our Lord Krishna has said. So 4 no, 4 yes. Right? This we have discussed before. All right? Vidhi Nished. This is not Vidhi Nished. But Vidhi Nished, everything, what you should be able to come to do that by following these rules and regulations. One thing, what is that? Never forget Lord Krishna. Always remember Lord Krishna. But this rule is the rule of all rules, king of all rules. Nisi Vides. All these rules, regulations are for one thing. Always remember Lord Krishna. Never forget Lord Krishna. Bas. These 2 things, if you can do, Lord Krishna says you are already won. What you have already won? Death, birth and death, birth and death. Do this. This is what is the message of this. When Prabhupada writes this purport, he writes here, Savya Sachin refers to one who can shoot arrows very expertly in the field. Very expertly means he can shoot arrow with left hand or also shoot arrow with left hand, right hand, both hands. They can change like that. Thus, Arjun is addressed an expert warrior capable of delivering arrows to kill his enemies. Just become an instrument, nimitta matram. This word is also very significant. The whole world is moving according to the plan of Supreme Personality of God. Foolish persons who do not have sufficient knowledge think that this nature is moving without a plan and all manifestations are by accidental formation. So what is Lord Krishna's plan in this material world? What is the plan? What is his plan?
To bring us back to him.
Yeah, that is his plan. All right. That how to bring all these rebellious souls back to me. All right. And you and me, we should try ourselves to help in that mission. That is how we have to become instrumental. Nimitta matram we have to burn. Bhagavad Krishna also already said that go and preach. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says what? Pyara dekhta Hare Krishna. Do you do that? Ask yourself. If you do this means you are nimitta matra. Right? And then nimitta matra means what? Your moksha is already decided if you do that. But if you don't do it, like Arjun, you said, oh, no, I don't fight. So you should. These are the real meaning of studying Bhagavad-Gita. Apply it to your life, whether I'm doing this or not. So nimitta matra means you become some instrument in helping Lord Krishna's mission of delivering people, his conditioned soul, back to Godhead.
Pankaj bhai, even though you do it with a mokshni asha, then it's not nishkam karma, right?
You are not asking for moksha. What you are asking? Nyungsma atma dasya. Please engage me in your service. That is what we are wanting.
But if we think when we doing Krishna service and if we think that we're gonna get moksha out of this, then it's not niskam karma, right?
Even if it is not niskam karma, still Lord Krishna is very pleased. Sukdev Goswami says what? Akam sarva kamova moksha kam udardi. So one who has no desire, who is niskam karma, complete niskam, and Akam, Sarvakamo. Sarvakam is who? The materialized karmi, even Sakam Bhakti Yogi. Niskam Karma Yogi, Sakam Karma Yogi, materialist, and Mokshakam Udarati, those who are after liberation. All right. All of them, they should do what? What is the next line? Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajit Purusham Param. Purusham Param is Bhagwan Krishna. So Tivrena, not that faltu bhakti or sluggish bhakti. No. Tivrena. Tivrena means intensely. Intensely means 24/7. Always remember Lord Krishna, never forget Lord Krishna. These two slogans you remember all the time. And whenever you are watching these, that, all Gramya Katha, remember, stop yourself there. Say, oh, let me speak Hare Krishna, like that. Very good. There are many so-called scientists who suggest that perhaps it was like this or maybe like that, but there is no question of perhaps and maybe. There is a specific plan being carried out in this material world. What is that plan? This cosmic manifestation is a chance for conditioned souls to go back to Godhead, back home. As long as they have the domineering mentality, which makes them try to lord over material nature, they are conditioned. But anyone who can understand the plan of the Supreme Lord and cultivate Krishna consciousness is most intelligent. Krishna ye bhaje, say bado chatur. The creation and destruction of cosmic manifestations are under superior guidance of Krishna, God. The battle of Kurukshetra was fought according to the plan of Lord Krishna. What was Lord Krishna's plan in fighting this Kurukshetra? What was his plan? Vinasaya dushkrutam. He came here to remove this. In this battle, he arranged to kill only 18 Akshoni or whatever, 17 or whatever. But Jarasandh used to come 23 Akshoni every time. All right? And Lord Krishna killed all those 23, he and Balaram, how many times?
17.
17 times. Bolo. And he was doing work from home. He's sitting in Mathura, they were coming like that. He was like working from home on computer. Okay, so he says, if one is in full Krishna consciousness and his life is devoted to Lord Krishna's standard service, he is perfect. So we have to become perfect like that. Try to be perfect. Okay, read the next sloka. Who's done?
Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies in battle.
So in this purport also, Srila Prabhupada writes, every plan is made by Supreme Personality, Godhead, but he's so kind and merciful to his devotees that he wants to give credit to his devotees who carry out this plan according to his desire. Somebody asked Prabhupada Maharaj that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spread Krishna Bhakti only in India. Why didn't he come to America that time to be like that? So Prabhupada Maharaj said what? He said he wanted to give me credit for doing this. That's why he did not do it. Otherwise he can do. He can make the lions dance and do some kirtan, tigers. Why couldn't he do it with all these people here? But he left it for me to do it. He wanted to give me credit. That's why Prabhupada Maharaj is known as Paschatya Destari. So many people in the Western world did not know about Bhagavad-Gita. Now they know and they do Sankirtan in all major cities. They do Sankirtan. Yes. Today is Rath Yatra. Do you know that?
Yes.
So many major cities they are doing Rath Yatra. In Los Angeles, it is on the 8th August or something.
Next Sunday. I thought it's next Sunday. No, here is next.
No, in August.
In August.
Yeah. Here is the next Sunday.
August.
6th or 8th, whichever is on Sunday.
Yes. So go if you can. To go to Rath Yatra is great credit. So Prabhupada writes here, life should therefore move in such a way that everyone acts in Krishna consciousness and understands Supreme Personality Godhead through medium of a spiritual master. The plans of Supreme Personality God are understood by his mercy, and the plans of devotees are as good as his plans. one should follow such plans and be victorious in struggle for existence. So that's it. Now having this thing. Now Sanjay Uvacha. Who's turn?
Mine.
Padma.
Oh, Padma-ben start.
Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in a faltering voice.
Now he was very
follows.
much afraid. He was
Yeah.
a lot of fear when you saw like that. Let me see if there is any. Okay, it says here the theme of this section was as the Super Soul Lord Krishna controls all cosmic events according to his will, as time he's pushing all things towards destruction. The time factor is the force that Paramatma uses to run this material world. It transforms matter according to his cosmic plan. Through the time factor, Krishna has already arranged the death of all the Kurus. Arjun need not worry about choosing to kill them or not kill them. They will be killed by Lord's plan regardless. Arjun should become the instrument to execute the Lord's plan. The devotee willfully chooses to be controlled by Krishna. He becomes Krishna's direct instrument. The non-devotee desires independence from God and is indirectly controlled by Krishna through his material energy, which is known as Maya. Maya controls all others with 3 ropes. Everybody knows, right? The ultimate plan of the Lord is to purify the consciousness of the conditioned soul within this material world. Krishna is merciful to the devotees who carry out his will in this world. He gives them credit, although he is the actual doer of the action. Now, from this sloka onwards, Arjun has just witnessed the Lord in his powerful and opulent Vishwarup. In awe, he offers prayers in glorification. He appreciates how the Lord is above all other beings, and is the refuge of the world. After this, Arjun, still awestruck, remembers his previous relationship of friendship with Krishna and begs forgiveness for his familiarity in this dealing. So that's how from 36 onward, Arjun is speaking. So let's read. Whose turn is that?
My turn. Okay. Arjun said, O master of sense, the world become joyful upon hearing your name, and this everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfect being offer you their respectful homage, and demon are afraid. Demon are afraid, and they flew here and there. All this is rightly done.
Right. Next one.
Sangeeta.
O great one, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you, O limitless one, God of gods, refuge of universe? You are the invincible source, the cause of causes, transcendental to this material manifestation.
Right. And again, what is saying next sloka?
You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowledgeable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes, or limitless form. This whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you.
Right. So this is the last sentence. He started with that question. How is this universe pervaded by your fragment? Now he's seeing that this is what it is. All right. Okay, next one.
You are air. You are the supreme controller. You are fire. You are water. You are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature. And you are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, and again and yet again.
Next one.
Obeisance to you, and from a front, from behind, and from all the sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limits. Might, you all are pervading, and thus you are everything.
Right. Next one.
Thinking of you as my friend, I have rushly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times. Jesting, be relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all those offenses.
Right. So this is what Arjuna is regretting, that I didn't know, Lord Krishna, you are such a great God. I thought you are my cousin. That's why I'm calling you, O Yadav, O Krishna. And we were sitting together on same bed, and we ate together, and I was making joke of you in front of others sometimes, and sometimes alone. So please forgive me. I didn't know that you are
You're the greatest.
like that. So then he says, Pita silokasya characharasya. Tvamasya pujyasya gurur gariyan.
Tvamasya pujyasya guru gariyan.
Natvat samo astye adhikya abhyadhikah kuto anyo. Natvat
Natvatsamoste
lokatraye apya apratim prabhava. Whose turn?
You are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation of the moving and non-moving. You are its worshipable chief, the supreme spiritual master. No one is equal to you, nor can anyone be one with you. How then could there be anyone greater than you within the three worlds, O Lord of immeasurable power?
That's what Arjuna is telling. He says, you are the chief supreme spiritual master. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. So that's what he's saying. And here he says, how then could there be some anyone greater than you within these three worlds? Lord Krishna has said what? Matta. There is nobody above me. And he's repeating the same thing here. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam. Prasadaye tvam aham isham idyam. Pitev putrasya sakheva sakhyuhu. Priyah priyayarhasi deva sodhum. Read the translation.
You are the Supreme Lord, to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his son, or a friend tolerates the impertinence of a friend, or a wife tolerates the familiarity of her partner, please tolerate the wrongs I may have done you.
Right. So he's giving so many examples how you should forgive me and tolerate my offenses. Who will say that like that? Arjuna is telling like that.
Arjuna is telling.
All right. Next one.
After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time, I am mind in disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead. O Lord, O Lord of Lords, O abode of universe.
Yeah, next one.
O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head and with clubbed couch and the lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form.
Right, next one. Bhagavan was.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, happily have I shown you by my internal potency, this supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence.
Next one.
O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine. For neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances can I be seen in this form in the material world.
Right. So in this slok, Prabhupada Maharaj has written the purport, the last paragraph. This purport he writes, there are many persons who create incarnations. They falsely claim an ordinary human to be an incarnation. But this is all foolishness. We should follow the principle of Bhagavad-Gita. Otherwise, there is no possibility of attaining perfect spiritual knowledge. Although Bhagavad-Gita is considered the preliminary study of the science of God, still it is so perfect that it enables one to distinguish what is what. The followers of pseudo-incarnations may say that they have also seen the transcendental incarnation of God, the universal form, but that is unacceptable because it is clearly stated here that unless one becomes a devotee of Krishna, one cannot see the universal form of God. So one first of all has to become a pure devotee of Krishna. This is the message of Bhagavad-Gita. What is that? Become pure devotee of Krishna. 4 verses. These are essence. The essence will come in later slokas here. So a devotee of Krishna cannot accept false incarnations or followers false incarnations. All right, read the next one.
You have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing these horrible features of mine. Now let it be finished. My devotee, be free again from all the disturbance with the peaceful mind. You can now see the form of your desire.
Right. So this is what Lord Krishna told Arjuna. Now Sanjay is telling Dhritarashtra. What did Sanjay say?
Sanjay said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-armed form and at last showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna.
Right. So first of all, when Arjuna was on the chariot with Lord Krishna, Arjuna told him, Ratha sthapaya me achyuta. Take me to the middle of the two armies. That's where the whole story started, right? And then on that same chariot, he told Lord Krishna, please show me the universal. So he showed it. Who showed it? Lord Krishna.
Lord Krishna.
And then from that 1,000 arm-headed form, all that, he now came to Vishnu form, 4-handed form. And from there he came to
regular form,
2-handed. Right? So this is 2-handed form, is original form from which all these other forms come. All right. So original form Bhagavan Krishna is Dvibhuj, like human being, but he's not a human being. Those who think human being, he's calling them what?
Avajananti Mamuda.
Avajananti Mamuda. Muda means rascals, fools. All right. So Arjuna now says what in 51 sloka?
When Arjuna thus saw Krishna in his original form, he said, O Janardana, seeing this human-like form, so very beautiful, I am now composed in mind and I am restored to my original nature.
Right. So this is the difference between one who is a mood and one is asammood. Bhakta. Bhakta sees Bhagavan Krishna in the temple Samarkand temple, you go and see Lord Krishna standing with Radhaji there. That is the real form of Lord Krishna. He is he has come in this marble form, Archa Vigraha form, so that we can see him. So he's calling him Janardhan. All right. So what did Bhagavan Krishna say, Agar?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, this form of mine you are now seeing is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear."
Right. So in purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, in the 48th verse of this chapter, Lord Krishna concluded revealing his universal form and informed Arjuna that this form is not possible to be seen by so many pious activities, sacrifice, etc. Now here the word Durdarsanam is used, indicating that Krishna's two-handed form is still more confidential. So next one.
Sangeeta Ben?
Oh, tamaru chapter.
I can read it, yeah. The form you are seeing with the transcendental I cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, not by undergoing serious penance, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by this means that one can see me and I am.
So that's what it is. All these other processes, you cannot see Lord Krishna's two-handed form. What is the process? In the previous sloka which we read, in the purport also Srila Prabhupada writes at the end, the transcendental process of seeing Lord Krishna is described in Bhagavad-Gita chapter 4. To hear about Krishna from authorities, tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevya. That is the actual Vedic process. And those who are actually in the Vedic line hear about Krishna from authority by repeated hearing about him. Krishna becomes very dear. So you have to hear every day. Every day I send you one sloka of Bhagavatam, read that. All right. Every day read Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. All right. So now we are in the 5th canto. We want to finish all 12 canto by going through sloka by sloka. Every day one sloka. That sloka also selected ones. We are not going to take all 18,000 because we may not survive this many days. So I'm going very selected slokas like that. So read that one and try to understand, think about it during the day like that. That's how you can keep in touch with Lord Krishna. By the last day comes, you have accumulated so many credit of Bhagavatam like that. Right now, the next sloka is very important. Bhaktya tu ananya sakya.
Bhaktya tu ananya sakya.
Aham evam vidho Arjuna.
Aham evam vidho Arjuna.
Gnatum drashtum cha tatvena.
Gnatum drashtum cha tatvena.
Praveshtum cha parantapa.
Praveshtum cha parantapa.
Right. So he's telling Arjun, my dear Arjun, only by undivided devotional service. Which one? Undivided.
Ananya.
Okay. Can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. So what is another word for undivided devotional service?
Ananya.
Avyabicharini.
Very good. Very good. 14.26. All right. Ananya Chita is Satatomam is another one like that. And Mamcha Vicharan. Only in this way you can enter into the mysteries of my understanding. So this is very important sloka. We'll not go into the details. It's a long purport Prabhupada has written. But when you have time, read that. Now the final crux of this whole chapter is the essence of Bhagavad-Gita. This sloka number 55. Okay. And it's Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjun to do this. And he's also telling who else?
Us.
He's telling us to do this. He says, Mat karma krun mat parmo
Madkarma
Madbhaktah Sangvarjitah Nirvairah Sarvabhutesu
Nirveraha
sarvabhutesu
Yaha Samameti Pandava.
Yaha
samameti
Pandava.
Right. So he says, my dear Arjun, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. All right. So Lord Krishna is telling Arjun that you engage in my pure devotional service, free from what? Mental speculation and fruitive activities, karma and jnana. Those two things you don't need. That is one slok, jnana karma di anavratam. Which slok is that?
Anya
abhilasita sunyam, jnana karma anavritam. How is that slok? Anya abhilasita sunyam.
Anya abhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavrutam anukulyana krishna shiranam bhakti ruttama.
Right. So that is the top one. Anukulyana Krishna. Anukulyana means those 5 methods, not those 7 methods. All right. 7 rasas are not anukul, they are pratikul. Right? But we want to do anukulyana Krishnanu silanam bhakti uttama. So this is what elsewhere also Bhagavatam says, Gnane prayasa upasya namanteva jivanti sanmukritam bhavadi vartam. Sthane sthita Shrutigatam tanuvan manobir ye prayasa jit jitopyasi taistralokya. So all these slokas is pointing that you do only Bhagavan Krishna's service, that's all. Starting with what? Chanting his holy name, doing kirtanam and smaranam. These 3 things is known as Pancharatri, Bhagavad Vidhi. All right. So this is what you can do. It's very easily performed. All right. So that's the gist of this 50. Read this, last 2 slokas purport. When you have time, read it. They are so enlightening. Srila Prabhupada has written so nicely here. All right. So this is what we said. The gist is that Krishna spoke Bhagavad-Gita to convince his fallen parts and parcels to go back to Godhead and to give them directions how to do so. A devotee does not associate with non-devotees, but he does approach them even as great risk, even at great risk, to offer them the chance to become Krishna conscious. All right. So this is what we should do, and in order to help others, you can help yourself also. So you have any question or anything? We'll start the 12th chapter tomorrow. So read those 2 purports today if you have time to read at night. All right.
Good time to close, Pankaj bhai.
Yeah. All right. So here says, thus end the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the 11th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad-Gita in the matter of universal form. Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, then Sunday we'll meet at the temple. Okay. Vansha kalpatarvyasya kripa sindhubhyevasya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Krishnarpanam. Hari
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri
Jai Shri Krishna.
જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ. હવે એવું લાગ્યું ભગવાનનું વિરાટ રૂપ જોયું નહીં?
Yeah.
સરસ સમજાયું
Both
પંકજભાઈ.
saras.
યા વેરી ગુડ.
Okay.
જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ.